brother. In that mass of penny-giving comments, I didn't get a chance to see if anybody commented on your outfit on Tuesday. And because I know it just means so much to you, yes, you are pulling off Harvey Specter very well. Alright, so Jay, you know how every time we go on a family vacation, I'm the person everybody hates because I never want to do any of the touristy things? Well, I don't know if it's going to help, but I came up with an explanation for why I don't like to do those things. Jay, when I was in college, I got the opportunity to go on a study abroad to Australia and New Zealand, and I couldn't wait because there were just so many things that I wanted to do there. Like scuba dive on the Great Barrier Reef, and bungee jump, and play with kangaroos and koala bears. And in the interest meeting, they had a video queued up with people doing all of those things in rapid-fire awesomeness. Needless to say, I was hooked and could not believe I was going to get college credits for 3 weeks of adventure in the land down under. So we get there, and sure enough, we were able to do all of the things that I wanted to do, and those handful of experiences made the entire trip worth it. And now, this may sound ridiculously obvious, but what I picked up on that trip is that enjoyment of an activity is amplified by its surroundings. And what was happening on this trip is it put you in front of a lot of really cool places, but it was 30 minutes on a bus, 30 steps off it, and you're staring at Uluru. And don't get me wrong, that is an incredible sight, but the point I'm making is that the activity I was doing was standing. An activity that I'm not particularly for or against, I just sort of accept its role in life. So it took an activity that I barely even considered to be an activity and amplified that. So yes, it was like standing, as good as standing can be, but it's sort of like multiplying any number by 1. So let me compare that to my ideal scenario, where that activity itself is something that I love to do. And what traveling has done is allowed me access to a location that provides for maximum conditions for that activity. So I desperately want to go to Colorado, but not just because I want to see the mountains, but because I love snowboarding, and being in Colorado allows for the maximum enjoyment out of snowboarding. So for me, I would casually pass on an international trip to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower in exchange for a trip to Colorado where I can go snowboarding. The reason why I bring up this point is because I feel like for a lot of people, traveling is very high on their to-do list in life. Maybe the point I'm making today is a far cry from an epiphany, but when you talk about wanting to travel in your life, where do you really want to go and why? So that is of course my question of the day, so please leave your responses in the towel section down below. I now have to head off and pack, Jay, for our early morning departure tomorrow for one of my favorite activities and one of my favorite atmospheres, which is of course spending time with family during Christmas in New York. So that's everything I've got for you today, man. I'll see you on Tuesday. Last traveling pet peeve: taking pictures of iconic locations. If you are in an iconic location, Google that place and find the professionally taken, awesomely lit picture that someone else has out there for your slideshow. Otherwise, get in the damn picture. Oh yeah, one final note, and then I promise I will leave. Next week, Jay and I are actually going to be taking the week off because we are going to be up in New York with family, and it's just going to be too much of a hassle to try to put together a video. So don't panic, we will be back on the week following, and guys, I will see you then. Have a great Christmas.